The demand for watches with an integrated bracelet design has never been so high. Oris released a watch with an integrated bracelet design in 2019 with their ProPilot X with caliber 115. And this year they introduced the ProPilot X with caliber 400 with an integrated bracelet design. We can debate a little bit whether this is really an integrated bracelet design. The opinions vary within the Fratello offices, but if you look purely at the aesthetics, it looks like an integrated bracelet design, but technically it's not, because you can easily remove it and put a leather strap or a NATO strap on this watch. Let's talk about some specifications first. Where the ProPilot X from 2019 was 44mm and had a price tag of 7,000 euros, this watch is a bit friendlier in price and friendlier in size. It has a diameter of 39mm, a height of 12mm and a lug-to-lug size of 45mm. The watch and the bracelet are made of titanium and have this satin as well as sandblasted finish. And the watch comes in 3 dial colors. It's grey or titanium, it's blue, and there we have the salmon one or pink one. The watches have this knurled bezel as well as the crown to look like a turbine of a jet. The caliber 400 movement that's inside can be observed through the sapphire case back. It has a power reserve of 120 hours and an accuracy of -3 and +5 seconds a day. And because of this movement, you get 10 years of warranty on this watch. So what are the things that I like about these watches and what I don't like about these watches? Let's start with the things that I don't like. What I don't like is that on the blue version and on the salmon version, the date windows are white. Normally I dislike white date discs, but in this case I think the contrast is a little bit too high with the salmon dial and with the blue dial. On the other hand, if you have the grey dial version, the date disc is dark, it's anthracite or black, so the contrast is a little bit lower, yet it's still very readable. Another thing that I don't like that much is that the end piece of the bracelet has a little line that doesn't follow the shape of the bezel. So it's not round. It has a little bit of these edges on top that I think are a bit out of place. What I also don't like is that the end link is a little bit too long and sticks out of the case. So it looks like an integrated bracelet design. It's not. If they would have made it a bit shorter and following the line of the lug, I think it would be a little bit nicer. On the other hand, if you look at it from the top, the bracelet clearly follows, and the end link clearly follows the lines of the watch and the design of the watch, so it really looks like an integrated bracelet design. What I do like about this watch is the bracelet itself, and especially the clasp. Here you can read it says lift, and it's the same as the buckle that you have in an airplane, that you can open the lever and then you open the clasp. If you close the clasp, you have to keep the lever open, you close it, and then you hear a firm click and you're done. I think it's a very nice design, but it's also clever how it's done. The aesthetics of the movement, I think they follow a little bit of the line of the watch. It's very monochrome, and I think the movement goes perfectly with the rest of the watch. So what I like, what Oris did here, is that they created a modern interpretation of a pilot's watch. This doesn't look like your average pilot's watch. If you have a pilot's watch, or if you want to take a pilot's watch in your thoughts, this is probably not the one that you come up with. But I think Oris did a nice job here in designing something fresh and something new and call it a pilot's watch. So in the past, and perhaps this is a little bit of the elephant in the room, in the past Oris was priced around the 2,000 euro or Swiss francs or US dollar range. And in recent years, and especially since the introduction of the in-house movements, I think Oris, they are now in a different price point. This watch has a retail price of 3,900 euros or Swiss francs, and it's 4,300 in US dollars. So in the past that used to be half, and I get it with a new in-house movement, 10 years of warranty and a 10-year service interval. I think you can and have to ask more than this 2,000 euros. But does that make this a 4,000 euro or Swiss francs or US dollar watch? However, compared to the ProPilot X with caliber 115 from 2019, I think the price point of this watch is a bit more on point and more friendly towards Oris customers. So as you have noticed perhaps, this is not a watch that I like personally. Man, I love Oris, I love the Oris 65, I love the Oris Big Crown, but this is not for me. But let us know what you think in the comments.